Everybody Hurts by REM is played in standard tuning with no capo and also in 12/8 time. Now the song features a very consistent picking pattern which is played throughout most of the song. For the main picking pattern in the song, we're going to start off with a D major chord. Have the first finger on the second fret of the G, the third finger on the third fret of the B, and the second finger on the second fret of the high E string, the D string open. And we're going to pick these notes. We're actually just going to pick up D, G, B, E. And then back down, B, G. 1 and a 2 and a 1 and a 2 and we'll pick through that pattern twice. We're then going to swap to a G major chord. We'll have the second finger on the third fret of the low E string, first finger on the second fret of the A string. We have the third finger on the third fret of the B string, and the pinky finger on the high E string at the third fret, and the rest of the strings, the D and G, are open. So we're going to pick this chord in pretty much the same way as we did for the G, only this time instead of starting on the D string, our root's going to be on the low E string. So we'll pick E, G, B, E, B, G. And again we'll pick through this pattern twice. So the G chord, E, G, B, E, B, G, E, G, B, E, B, G. And those two chords together slowly is the D, G. One more time. And that's pretty much the whole verse, the main picking progression. If you're wondering about the pick direction, I'm just picking alternate picking, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. That way I've got a consistent picking pattern. I don't need to worry about what's going on with the right hand. There's a little bridge in the song which takes us from the verse into the chorus, and it actually uses exactly the same chords as the verse. So we have the D chord and we're going to pick it as normal. And then we'll move to the G chord and we'll pick once through it as normal. And then we've got this little rundown that takes us from a G to an F sharp over G into a straight up E minor chord. And this is like the transition into the chorus. So on the last time through the G, we're going to pick low E, G, B. Then we're going to move down to the second fret with the first finger on the low E string, pick low E again, G, B. So we have the low E at the third fret, going down to low E at second fret, and then into our E minor chord. Okay, so from the G part, one more time slowly, G, normal picking, second fret, and then into the E minor chord. Okay, so the whole bridge is the D twice, once through the G normal, and then the walk down. Then we're into the chorus, and for the chorus we have an E minor chord and an A major chord. So for the E minor chord, we're going to pick E, A, D, and then E, B, G. So E, A, D, E, B, G. Exactly the same way as the verse, we play through the picking pattern twice. And then we'll transition to the A major chord, and this time we're going to pick A, D, G, and then B, E, G. And again we pick through this pattern twice. Okay, so the whole chorus is E minor twice, and then A twice. For the first and third choruses, there's a little stop on the A chord that we play, and then we go back into the verse. So when we're playing the A chord, we pick through it the first time as normal, and then the second time we just play the bass note, the A string, and then we kind of kill the strings off with the right hand, and we have a little rest until we come back in on the D chord for the verse. Okay, so we'd have the E minor to the A, the second chorus we don't do the little stop, we just play through the E minor and A as normal on repeat 3 times until we go to a new section with bar chords. For the mid-8 section, an overdriven guitar comes in and it's just strumming single chords. So for the F sharp bar chord, the first chord we're going to play for this section, we have a first finger bar across the 2nd fret, the 3rd finger on the 4th fret of the A, the pinky on the 4th fret of the D, and the 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of the G string there. And this will give us an F sharp bar chord. And we're going to play this twice. We'll go 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a... So we're just strumming on the 1 and the 3 really. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Before we move these fingers down a string set each to... We've got the 4th fret on the D, 4th fret on the G, and 3rd fret on the B. And the 2nd finger bar is going to actually stay in place, but we don't really want to hear the low E string. And this is a B minor chord, and the rhythm's slightly different here. We've got 1 and a 2 and a 3. So there's a little up strum before we play the 3rd beat. 1 and a 2 and a 3. Like that. And a 2 and a 3. Okay, so we'd have the F, 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a B minor. Da da. 2 F and F and B minor, up, down. This is played 3 times before we move to a standard C chord. And for the C chord, we're just going to strum C, down, down, again on the 1 and the 3. So 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a, to a G. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a, so just 1 strum on the G. Back to the C, and this time we have a slightly different transition as we go to an A minor chord. I'm going to play C on the 1, and then on the 3, and then on the 4th beat we're going to take these 2 fingers off, and the 2nd finger is going to move down to the 2nd fret on the A string. This is like a C over B chord, and we'll play 4 before going to our A minor chord. So it'd be C, 1, 2, 3, 4, A minor. And the A minor has the same strumming pattern as the B minor chord did. So 1 and a 2 and a 3. And there's a little rest after the A minor there too. 2 and a 3. So that whole section would be the F and F to B minor, B minor. We play this 3 times. To B minor again. Up, down, to F sharp, B minor, up, down, and then to C, and C, single strum of G, and then C, C, B over C, A minor, and that's the whole kind of mid-8 section. One more time, we have the F sharp, B minor, up, down, F sharp, B minor, up, down, F sharp, B minor, up, down, to C, single strum of G, and C,